Alright, so we are still live. Balik po tayo, no? Pagpasensyahan niyo po. Kasi nga po, no, agad-agad na lowbat po yung aking laptop, no? So, I forgot na i-charge. Okay? So, balik po tayo again. So, let's continue with item number 7, no? Tandaan po natin to. Okay, item number 7 here, your question. What does BIOS stand for? Is it a basic input-output system? Letter B, binary input operating system. Letter C, built-in operating software. Or letter D, base internet output system. What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, item number 7. What does BIOS stand for? Is it a basic input-output? Letter B, binary input operating system. Letter C, built-in operating software. Or letter D, base internet output system. What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, we are talking about here the BIOS, no? Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng pag sinabi nating BIOS? And of course, tandaan niyo po ito kasi nga po lumabas po ito noong time namin, no? Last September 2024. Okay, item number 7, I see letter A, basic input-output system. Tumpak po ba yung letter A natin? What about the others? What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. I see letter A's, no? Tumpak po ba yung letter A natin? Kapag BIOS, ano po yung ibig sabihin niyan, no? Sige nga po. Okay, balik po tayo. Again, balik po tayo. Item number 7, of course, the best option here would be letter. That is letter A, no? Yan po yung ating basic input-output system. Okay, tandaan po natin, teachers, again, pag sinabi po nating BIOS, ito po yung klase ng ating firmware, no? Stored on a small chip on a computer's motherboard. And of course, ito po yung unang-unang software, no? To run when a computer is powered on. Ano po ba yung function ng ating BIOS? That starts your computer by initializing hardware running self-test, no, to check components katulad po ng ating mga memory, ng ating mga keyboard, and loading our operating system from storage. Okay, yan po yung pinaka-function ng tinatawag natin na BIOS or yung ating basic input-output system. Okay, kaya letter A po yung tumpak na choice for item number 7. We go to item number 8 here. Which term refers to finding and fixing errors in a program? Is that A, encoding? Letter B, compiling. Letter C, debugging. Or letter D, executing. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Item number 8, what is your choice? Again, we are talking about here finding, no, and fixing errors, okay, in our program. So ano po yung tawag dyan? Is it A, encoding? Letter B, compiling. Letter C, debugging. Or letter D, executing? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Item number 8. Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Of course, kapag ganito po yung matanungan, yung unang-una po nating liligwakin dito would be the letter D, no? Yan po yung ating executing. Tandaan lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po kasi nating executing, it means simply the act of running the program in our computer to perform its task. Okay, yan po yung tinatawag natin na executing. What about the next one? Yung pangalawa po nating liligwakin would be the letter B, no? Yan po yung ating compiling. Kasi nga po, pag sinabi po nating compiling, yung dapat lamang po nating tandaan, ito po yung process, no, of translating human readable source code into machine code that a computer can execute. Okay, that is what we call compiling. And of course, the last one that would be eliminated would be the encoding, no? Kasi nga po pag sinabi nating encoding, tandaan lamang, it means converting data from one form to another or translating instructions into a specific code or format. Okay, that is what we call the encoding. And of course, the best option here would be letter C, no? That is what we call the debugging. Kasi nga po, pag sinabi po natin debugging, it means ito po yung systematic process, no? Of identifying, isolating, and fixing errors. Commonly, tinatawag po natin ng mga bugs, no? Within our computer program. And of course, ito po ay critical stage, no? In the software development life cycle that ensures a program behaves as intended. Okay? That is what we call the debugging, ha? Tandaan nyo, finding and fixing errors. That is what we call debugging. Kaya letter C po yung tumpak na choice for item number 8. We go to item number 9 here. Ito, what file format is commonly used in animation for video output? Is it A, docs, letter B, MP4, letter C, XLS, or letter D, TXT? What is your choice? Paklapag po sa ating comment section. Again, we're talking about here the file format. No, commonly ginagamit po natin for animation, for video output. Okay, so ano po yan? Is it A, docs, letter B, MP4, letter C, XLS, or letter D, txt? Pakilapag po. Okay, what is your choice? Item number 9 ay si Larbi, no? Kapag video, ano po yung file format niyan? Ay si Larbies, tumpak mo yung Larbi natin. Nandito po ba yung mga TLE Major na ICT? Sige nga po, kapag nandito po kayo, pakilapag po red heart sa ating comment section. Okay? Item number 9, kapag video, ano po yung file format niyan? That is letter B, no? That is MP4 na tinatawag. Tandaan po natin, teachers, again, kapag tinanong po kung ano po yung MP4, ito po ay most common, no, and universally supported format, offering a high quality, relatively small file size, and of course, napaka-ideal po nito, no, para po sa ating mga web and video playback. Okay, that is what we call the MP4. What about our docs? Yung dapat lamang po nating tandaan, kapag docs po siya, ito po ay file format po ng ating mga documents. Kapag XLS, ito po ay file format po ng ating mga spreadsheets. Kapag TXT naman, of course, ito po ay file format po ng ating mga text files. Okay? Yan naman po yung dapat nating tandaan kapag pinag-uusapan po natin yung mga file format na ito. And of course, tandaan po natin, no, ito po yung mga common examples of digital video file formats. No? Kabilang po natin yung ating mga AVI. No? Commonly, makikita po natin ito sa ating mga digital cameras. No? Yung po ating mga MOV, no? QuickLine, Apple file format po yan. Yung ating mga WMV, yung ating DV, Real, no? Kapag Real Video File Format, yung MPEG po natin, various types of video compression, at saka yung ating FLV, yan po ay flash video. Commonly makikita po natin, no, online. Okay? Yan po yung dapat nating tandaan kapag pinag-uusapan po natin yung mga file formats po. No? Sana nakuha po natin, item number 9, that is letter B. We go to item number 10. What hardware component stores data permanently? Is it a RAM, letter B cache, letter C ROM, or letter D hard drive? What is your choice? Pakilapag po. Again, we are talking about here the hardware component that stores data permanently. Okay, so ano po yan? Is it a RAM, letter B cache, letter C ROM, or letter D hard drive? Pakilapag po. Item number 10. What is your choice? Please pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 10, I see letter D, hard drive. Tumpak ba yung letter D natin? What about the others? What is your choice? Letter D daw, hard drive. Okay, tumpak ba yung letter D natin? Okay, I see letter B as well, no? Tumpak mo ba yung letter D kapag storing data permanently? Of course, the best option here would be letter D, no? Yan po yung ating hard drive na tinatawag. Tandaan po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po nating hard drive, ito po yung tinatawag din minsan natin, no, na HDD, di ba? Yung ating hard disk drive na tinatawag. And of course, ito po ay non-volatile, no, secondary storage device na kumbaga kaya po niya, no, to store and retrieve data like operating systems, yung ating mga applications, retaining information even when the power is turned off. Okay? Yan po yung purpose po or function po ng tinatawag natin na hard drive. What about our RAM, no? Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng RAM? Yan po yung tinatawag natin na random access memory. And of course, kapag cache naman, kapag RAM po at saka yung ating cache, sila po ay kakategorize po, no, as volatile, 'di ba? Kumbaga, nawawala po yung kanilang information or data when power is lost. Kaya X po yung ating letter A at saka yung ating letter B. Kapag ROM po, ito po yung tinatawag natin na read-only memory. And of course, ito po ay non-volatile, no? So, kayang-kaya po niyang i-retain yung data, but it is generally ginagamit po natin, no, to hold read-only boot instructions rather than po, no, sa ating mga general user files. Kaya X po yung ating letter C. But then we're talking about here, no, a hardware component that stores data permanently. That is what we call the hard drive o yung ating HDD na tinatawag. We go to item number 11. O ito. What does POST stand for in computer servicing? Is it A, Power On System Test? Letter B, Program Operating System Test? Letter C, Power Output Service Tool? Or letter D, Primary Operating System Test? What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, we are talking about here the POST or yung ating POST. Okay? So ano po yung ibig sabihin yan? Is it A, Power On System Test? Letter B, Program Operating System Test? Letter C, Power Output Service Tool, or letter D, Primary Operating System Test. Okay, sige nga po, pakilapag sa ating comment section, what is your choice? Item number 11. Okay, yung iba po, nahuhuli po yung mga sagot ninyo, paki-refresh po ng ating live, no? Again, paki-refresh po. para maging updated po tayo kung anong item na po tayo. Okay? Item number 11, I see letter A, no? Power on system test. Tumpak ba yung letter A natin? What about the others? What is your choice for this question? Okay, letter A daw, power on system test. Okay, tumpak ba yung letter A natin? What about the others? What is your choice for this question? O, pakilapag po. Okay, I see letter A. Tumpak po ba yung letter A natin? Kapag POST, of course, the best option here would be letter. That is letter, I see letter B as well. Kapag ganito po yung tanungan, of course, the best option here would be letter A, no? That is what we call the power on system test. Okay, congratulations po kay Miss Eunice at saka kay Miss Casey dito, no? Nakuha po nila yung tumpak na choice natin. Again, kapag sinabi po natin power on system test, ito po yung diagnostic testing, no? Testing sequence performed ng ating mga computers firmware, no? Most especially po yung ating mga BIOS or yung ating basic input-output system immediately after it is powered on. Okay? That is what we call the POST. And of course, ano po ba yung function ng ating POST? That performs hardware verification by simply checking essential components katulad po ng ating mga CPU, ng ating mga RAM, no, ng ating mga storage devices, and even po yung ating mga keyboard na para ma-ensure po no na present at saka they are normally functioning. Okay? That is the main purpose po of what we call the POST or yung ating power on system test. Kaya letter A po yung tumpak na choice for item number 11. We go to item number 12 here. Which software is best for creating 2D animations? Is it A, Microsoft Word, letter B, Adobe Animate, letter C, Excel, or letter D, MySQL? What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, we are talking about here a type of software, no? Best for creating 2D animations, okay? Two-dimensional animations. So what will be your choice? Is it A, Microsoft Word, letter B, Adobe Animate, letter C, Excel, or letter D, MySQL? Sige nga po, pakilapag. Item number 12, what is your choice? Okay, I see letter B, no? Adobe Animate. Tumpak ko ba yung letter A na, ay letter B natin? Nandito po yung ating mga ICT majors, pag-aralan niyo po ng mabuti, no, yung animations. Kasi nga po, yan po yung suking-suki ng PRC last September. Okay, so dapat alam po natin kahit ganito po yung mga tanungan, no? Item number 12, ICLRBS, and of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? That is what we call the Adobe Animate mismo. Tandaan po natin, pag sinabi po nating Adobe Animate, formally, ito po yung tinatawag natin na Flash, no? Specifically designed for 2D animation, even po sa ating mga vector graphics, no? And interactive content for games, apps, and the web. Okay, that is what we call the Adobe Animate. What about our letter A? Kapag Microsoft Word kasi, ito po yung halimbawa po ng ating word processor for text, no? Kaya X po yung ating letter A. Kapag Excel, ito po yung halimbawa ng ating spreadsheet, no? Kaya X po yung ating letter C. Kapag MySQL, ito po yung tinatawag natin na database management system. Kaya X din po yung ating letter D. And of course, tandaan po natin, no? Yung mga best 2D animation software po natin, kabilang po dyan yung ating mga Seinfeld, no? Yung mga Adobe Character Animator, okay? Yung ating mga Animaker, no? So on and so forth. Yan po yung mga best 2D animation software makikita po natin online. Okay? So, na nakuha po natin, item number 12. That is what we call Adobe Animate. So, we go to item number 13. What is the primary role of customer verification in call centers? Is it A, increase call duration? Letter B, ensure data security? Letter C, entertain the customer? Or letter D, promote products? What is your choice? Paglapag po sa ating comment section. Again, we are talking about here the primary role of customer verification. Bakit nagkakaroon po, no, or kinakailangan po na i-verify po muna natin yung ating mga clients or customers, no, once they are calling. So what will be the purpose of that one? Is it A, increase call duration? Let it be ensure data security? Let us see, entertain the customer? Or let it be promote products? What is your choice? Item number 13. I see letter B, ensure data security. Of course, kapag ganito po yung mga tanungan, very obvious, tandaan lamang po natin, no, gagamitin po natin yung ating common sense dito. Item number 13, bakit nagkakaroon po ng customer verification that is to ensure data security na tinatawag, no? Tandaan po natin na pag sinabi po natin ensure data security, and of course, yung primary role po no, ng ating customer verification and call centers is para ma-validate po natin yung mga caller's identity no, before accessing or discussing sensitive information. And of course, yung purpose po nito is para maiwasan po natin na magkaroon po ng mga fraud no, by ensuring that agents are interacting with the legitimate account holder. Okay? That is what we call customer verification na tinatawag. And of course, kapag ikaw po ay call center agent, kadalasan po yung mga primary identification details na hinihingi mo would be the full name no of account holder, 'di ba? Kabilang po diyan yung mga account number or reference number and even po yung mga username or email address. Okay? Yan po yung mga primary identification details na hinihingi mo, 'di ba? And of course, that is the main purpose of customer verification no to ensure data security. We go to item number 14. Which safety practice should be done before opening a system unit? Is it A, remove the ROM? Letter B, turn on the computer? Letter C, unplug the power cable? Or letter D, install new software? What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Item number 14. Again, we're talking about here the safety practice. Okay? So, ano po yung gagawin mo in order for you to promote safety practices? Okay? Most especially if you are trying to open your system unit. Is it A, remove the ROM? Letter B, turn on the computer? Letter C, unplug the power cable? Or letter D, install new software? What is your choice? Paklapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, I see letter C, unplug the power cable. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Letter C daw, no? Sabi ni Sir Peter dito. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Of course, that is correct, no? Unplug the power cable. Tandaan po natin, teachers, no? Before opening our system unit, no? The most critical safety practice is to unplug po muna natin. Again, i-unplug po muna natin yung ating mga power cable from the electrical outlet. And of course, yung step na ito, napaka-importante, no? Or essential to prevent electrical shock to the user and to avoid damaging sensitive internal components through short circuits or static discharge. Okay? Yan po yung dapat natin, no? O yung pinakaunang step na gagawin po natin if we are trying to open our system unit, no? To avoid electric shock hazards. Okay? That is letter C. We have to unplug the power cable. We go to item number 15. Which device protects the computers from sudden power fluctuations? Is it A, AVR, letter B, switch, letter C, router, or letter D, monitor? What is your choice? Item number 15, pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, we are talking about here a device that protects our computers from sudden power fluctuations. Ano po yan? Is it A, AVR, letter B, switch, letter C, router, or letter D, monitor? What is your choice? Pakilapag po. Okay, item number 15. Okay, I see letter A, AVR. Tumpak ba yung letter A natin? Okay, bumabaha ng letter A. Kapag AVR, yan po ay magdiwang po lahat ng nagsagot ng letter A, no? That is what we call the AVR o yung ating automatic voltage regulator na tinatawag. And of course, ito po ay designed to monitor incoming power and stabilize voltage fluctuations, ensuring that the connected computer receives a consistent and safe voltage level. Okay, that is what we call the AVR o yung ating automatic voltage regulator. What about our switch? No, tandaan lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po nating switch, ito po yung networking device na nagkukonekta po ng ating mga devices on a LAN no, or local area network. Kapag router naman po, of course, ito naman po yung klase ng device no, that forwards data packets between computer networks. Kapag monitor naman, of course, ito po yung halimbawa ng tinatawag natin na output device that displays information. Okay? Yan po yung ating monitor. But then we're talking about here yung klase po ng device that protects our computer during sudden power fluctuations. That is what we call the AVR or yung ating automatic voltage regulator. We go to item number 16. Which call center metric uses or measures rather customer satisfaction after a call? Is it A, AHT, letter B, KPI, letter C, CSAT, or letter D, QA? What is your choice? So kapag call center agent ka, for sure alam mo 'to, no? Again, call center metric no na ginagamit po natin to measure customer satisfaction, okay, after a call. So ano po yung ano pong tawag sa metric na 'yan? Is it a AHT, letter B KPI, letter C CSAT or letter D QA? Ay si letter C. Tumpak din letter C natin. Sino po ba yung mga call center agent dito? Okay? Si Sir Peter siguro, no? Baka call center agent ito, no? Item number 16 ay si Larisi, CSAT. Tumpak mo yung Larisi natin, of course, kapag customer satisfaction yung pinag-uusapan natin. So that would be letter C, no? That is what we call the CSAT mismo. Tandaan po natin, teachers, again, pag sinabi po natin CSAT, ito po yung metric, no, na ginagamit po natin to measure how satisfied a customer is with our product, service, or specific interaction, no? Typically po, kinakalculate po natin ito via our post-call survey within 1 business day of the interaction. Okay, yan po yung ating CSAT na tinatawag o yung ating customer satisfaction. What about our letter A? Kapag AHT, yan po yung tinatawag natin na average handle time, no? Pinag-usapan na po natin ito. Kapag KPI, of course, yan po yung ating key performance indicator. And of course, ito po ay general term, no, for all metrics. Hindi po siya yung ating specific measure of satisfaction. Kaya X po yung ating letter B. Kapag QA po, ito po yung tinatawag natin na quality assurance, no? Of course, ito po yung method na ginagamit po natin para ma-evaluate po natin, no, if our agents follow protocols which may influence our CSAT. Okay, that is what we call the quality assurance. Okay, but then we're talking about here, no, the metric na ginagamit po natin to measure the satisfaction of our customers. That is what we call the CSAT mismo. We go to item number 17. O ito. Which animation technique uses rapid display of images to create motion? Is it A, rendering, letter B, storyboarding, letter C, frame by frame, or letter D, rigging? Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, item number 17, we are talking about here the animation technique, no, na ginagamit po natin or gumagamit po ng rapid display of images to create motion. Okay, we are trying to create an illusion of motion. So ano po yan? Is it A, rendering, letter B, storyboarding, letter C, frame by frame, or letter D, rigging? Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Paklapag po. Okay, item number 17. So what will be your choice here? So ano po yung tawag diyan, no? Okay, 17. I see letter C, frame by frame. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. I hope okay pa rin po yung aking end, no? Naririnig pa rin po ba? Paki-confirm po sa ating comment section, no? Kapag audible pa rin po ako. Item number 17, I see letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Kapag motion, okay? Ano po yan? Yan po ay letter C, no? That is the frame by frame na tinatawag, no? And of course, ito po yung example ng ating tinatawag na frame by frame animation. Tandaan po, pag sinabi po nating frame by frame animation, ito din po yung tinatawag natin, no, traditional or hand-drawn animation. And of course, ito po yung klase ng technique, no, that we are creating the illusion of motion by displaying a sequence of static images in rapid succession. Okay, that is what we call the frame by frame, di ba? We are trying to project, no, or create an illusion of movement. Okay, that is what we call the frame by frame. We go to item number 18. O ito, what does FPS mean in animation? Is it a fast processing system? Letter B, frames per second. Letter C, file program size. Or letter D, flash pixel speed. What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, FPS. Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin, no, kapag sinabi po nating FPS in the field of animation? Ano po yan? Is it A, B, C, or letter D? Paklapag po. Okay, item number 18. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Paki-flex po ng ating mga choices sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 18. I see letter B, frames per second. Tumpak ba yung letter B natin? What about the others? Pakilapag po ng ating option, ng ating choice sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 18 ay si letter B. Tumpak ba yung letter B natin kapag FPS? Of course, yan po ay letter B, no? That is what we call the frames per second. Tandaan po natin, again, in our animation or even po sa ating mga video production, kapag sinabi po nating FPS, yan po yung tinatawag natin na frames per second. Kumbaga, this refers to the frequency or rate at which consecutive still images or yung ating mga frames mismo are displayed on a screen to create the illusion of continuous motion. Okay, that is what we call the frames per second. And of course, we have to remember the common standards, no? Kapag we are talking about traditional standard for cinematic films, that is 24 FPS. Again, kapag traditional standard for cinematic films, that is 24 FPS, no? Kapag television broadcast and online video content, that is 30 FPS. Again, kapag television broadcast, that is 30 FPS. Kapag common rate naman po in our hand-drawn or stop-motion animation, yung standard po natin dito would be 12 FPS. Okay? Yan lamang po yung dapat nating tandaan kapag pinag-uusapan po natin yung ating FPS o yung ating frames per second. We go to item number 19 o ito solving, no? An animation runs at 24 frames per second or FPS. How many frames are shown in 2 minutes? Is that A, 2,400? Letter B, 2,880. Letter C, 3,600. Or letter D, 4,800. What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, 24 frames per second, no? So, ilang frames po yung magagawa po natin or makikita po, no? In within 2 minutes. Okay? So, what will be your value here? Is it A, 2,400? Letter B, 2,880? Letter C, 3,600? Or letter D, 4,800? What is your choice? Pakilapag po. I see letter D, 4,800. Tumpak ba yung letter D natin? What about the others? Pakilapag po ng ating choice sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 19, I see letter D, I see letter B. Okay, tumpak mo ba yung letter B natin? Of course, kapag ganito po yung mga tanungan, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be letter B, no? That is 2,880. Paano po natin yan? So, very easy. Of course, all we have to do here is to remember po muna natin na in within 2 minutes, that is equal to 120 seconds. Hindi po pwede na gamitin po natin na naka-minutes, ha? Dapat i-convert po muna natin yung ating 2 minutes dito in seconds. Okay? Again, take note po, yung ating 2 minutes, that is equivalent to 120 seconds. And of course, that's the time na makukuha na po natin yung ating total frame per second. No? So that would be 24 times 120 seconds. That gives us 2,880. No? So that would be our total frames po na makikita po no, within 2 minutes or 120 seconds. Okay, so na nakuha po natin, item number 19, letter B po yung tumpak na choice. We go to item number 20. A computer has 8 gig of RAM. How many megabytes is this? Is it A, 8,000 MB? Letter B, 8,192 MB? Letter C, 8,024 MB? Or letter D, 7,800? What is your choice? Again, we're talking about here a computer, no? May 8 gig po siya na RAM. So, how many megabytes yung equivalent po niyan? Is it A, 8,000? Letter B, 8,192. Letter C, 8,024. Or letter D, 7,800. What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Item number 20, I see letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? Humabol po kayo sa ating comment section. Okay. So, ilan po ba yung ating 8 gig once we convert that one into megabytes? Okay. I see letter B. I see letter A, no? Sige. I'll give you 1 minute more for this one. Try po natin. Try po natin i-solve. Okay. Letter B. Tumpak ba yung letter B natin? I see letter A's as well. I see letter C's. Okay? Nahati yung taong bayan. Of course, kapag ganito po yung tanungan, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, may habol pa ba? Item number 20, I see letter B, letter A, letter C. And of course, the best option here, and magdiwang po lahat na nagsagot ng letter B. No? That is 8,190 MB. Paano po natin yan na-solve? We just have to look at our chart here. No? Tandaan po natin, kapag 1 gig po, that is equivalent to 1,024 megabytes. So, pinag-uusapan po natin dito, 8 gig of RAM, no? So, multiply po natin yung ating 8 sa 1,024, no? So, that would be 8,192 MB. Again, kapag 8 gig, that is equivalent to 8,192 megabytes. Okay, sana nakuha po natin. Item number 20, letter B po yung tumpak na choice. Okay, pakilapag po, ilan po yung nakuha natin, no? Out of 20, paki-flex po ng ating score sa ating comment section. Sige, it's time to flex your score. Sige, out of 20, ilan po yung nakuha natin, no? May naka-perfect po ba out of 20? And of course, that ends our discussion tonight, no? 20 items lamang po tayo. And of course, bago po tayo maghiwa-hiwalay, no? I would like to leave a quote here. Do it scared, do it broke, do it tired, do it alone, just do it. Okay? Maniwala po tayo sa ating mga sarili, no? Kasi nga po wala na pong ibang maniniwala, no? Kundi sarili po mo po mismo. Okay? Papalapit na po yung ating board examination. So at least, no, paspusa na po yung ating preparation. And of course, tulong-tudo na po yung ating pagre-review, no? Wala na pong time para maggala-gala tayo, no? And of course, to spend your time sa mga hindi naman po masyadong mahalagang bagay, no? I-prioritize po muna natin yung ating utak or yung ating preparation, no, for our upcoming board examination. Okay? That ends our discussion. Thank you so much no, for participating, and of course, see you po sa ating mga susunod pang sessions. Okay? Thank you so much po, teachers, and may God bless us all. Enjoy the rest of the night.